Hello. Hello, Red is live. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? You guys, I've been so busy. I have videos I made and I did not post them. I went to the No Kings protest. Friday night I was making sign. Friday night, a lot of stuff. Um, I dropped, hey, it was good. Oh, um, baby fell. He's learning to walk, and so he fell, and he never cries, and so his mom, his mom was in the in her office, and she came, and like she wasn't upset at all. She was just like, yeah, it's gonna happen when he's learning to walk. Yeah, because he was walking away from me, and usually like I'm like around him, like I catch him, because I'm like there. But he was walking away from me, and he just fell, and I was like, no, he never cries, he never cries. And so it was like traumatic for me. Like, oh. So yeah, but he's such a good baby, and he fell asleep on. I, I take him for a walk after breakfast usually, and he fell asleep. But and usually she told me that he does this sometimes, but he hadn't ever done it for me. He if he falls asleep on his walk, then he's down for his nap and he sleeps, at least an hour. But he slept for 15 minutes, and then I didn't know what to do. So I texted my boss. I mean, she's there in the house, but I texted her to ask her. I texted his mom to ask her what to do because and I put him down, and he still took his morning nap because it was really early. It was like 8:30, not usually when he takes his morning nap. When I take him on a walk, and he fell asleep, and but she said sometimes he does that. He falls asleep on the walk, and then it's just a little cat nap. So yeah, so but other than the fall, it was a good day. It was like, um, okay, I'm gonna light the candle. I got this sweet tobacco candle at the farmer's market. It smells good. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. There it goes. Red's followers are called flames. So, in case you're wondering why I'm lighting a candle, I love candles too, anyways. So, how are you, Pam? Um, Thanks so much for going with me. I haven't posted any. I did a video when I made the chicken and rice Friday night, and when I started on the our signs, when I started on our signs Friday night, I hi Richard's Adventures. Yeah, I was like, I'm still gonna go live outside. I like going live outside. Um, Yeah, I went live inside, and I felt, out here. I'm like, I don't know if the neighbors can hear me or whatever, but at least they're like far away. I just I didn't I didn't want to go live inside anyways. But anyways, I I like going live out here, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's hot. It's hot, but this is not like Georgia, y'all. It's not even like even mid St. Louis. It's like it's horrible weather. St. Louis weather is like Philadelphia weather. It's like hotter in the summer, colder in the winter. In Georgia, some people don't like snow. At least it doesn't snow that much. Where are you, Richard? I made chicken and rice. The chicken and rice thing I make, I I put Alfredo sauce over it. It's something I made up. I'm gonna post a video. I made it up when I was staying in the Airbnbs, and I just wanted to make something easy in their kitchen and not be eating out all the time. And so I got some chicken. The first time I made it was chicken breasts and those packets of rice, and just put the rice in there and cooked the chicken. Poured Alfredo sauce, a can that I bought. Now I make the Alfredo sauce. Oh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I usually play a little ditty on my flute too. But yeah, so it was a busy weekend, but it was really a good weekend. Thanks to Pam going with us. Hey, Elsa, how are you? Okay, we'll check out your channel. I went to London, Richard, in 2023. Now I can't say last year anymore. It wasn't last year. It was in 2023. So it was kind of a whirlwind trip, though. I didn't plan on going to London. I didn't plan on going to Italy either. I went to Lisbon, Portugal with this group, and it ended up just not being good. I was kind of angry with the group. And so I got some of my money back. It was going to be for a month. And so it just wasn't the thing for me. But anyways, it turned out good because my friend in Italy, a YouTube follower, said, come to Turin. And I went to Turin, and then and we went to Florence on the train, and it was pretty awesome. So I went to see my friend Valentina in Turin, Italy, and then from there I flew to London for a few days, and then I flew back to Lisbon, got my stuff, and went back early. I was gone 2 weeks. I saw some things in Portugal too. Southend on the Sea, Southend City Pleasure Pier. Oh, and has a train on it. Cool. Well, I saw Big Bend, and it was just like I said, it was a whirlwind trip, and I ended up on the other side, like outside of London. Like the guy at the airport was like, that's not in London, because I was in Windsor. I stayed at the Castle Hotel in Windsor. And but I really wanted to go to Abbey Road Studios, and that's where I went the next day. And I felt like it was meant to be, because like I couldn't decide whether or not to go. I was kind of torn. And that night on the TV, they had the movie called Yesterday. You guys seen that movie, Yesterday? and it's about this musician, and it's about um, yeah, Windsor was lovely. Yeah. Um, it took me like the whole day. I went partly on the underground, and I'm like, I don't want to be on the underground. I got on a bus and started towards Windsor from where I was. I can't remember the name of the airport. I landed at the airport, and if you name some airports in London, you'll probably, it's one with a G. But I was, anyways, it took me the whole day to get through. And I was in Liverpool. I tried to get on the underground, and I'm like, I don't want to be on the underground. I want to see London, you know? So then I got off I was in Paddington at one point on my way to Windsor. And then I got a Bolt car. Um, so I had this funniest Bolt drive. I had a couple of interesting Bolt drivers. One that, followed me on my TikTok and messaged me on my TikTok. And he was like, I will, next time you come, I'll drive you to Paris. So he was really nice. Can't remember his name though. My bad. But so this movie came on, and I'm like, oh, that's getting me in the mood. I want to go to Abbey Road Studios. So I did the next day, and I went to Big Bend and Abbey Road Studios. So Gatwick, that's it. It was the one with a G. That's what it was. I landed in Gatwick, and yeah. So and it took me. It was a long ways to Windsor to my hotel. But and gosh, you guys, it was challenging, traveling when you have anxiety. Yeah, I definitely need to go back. I have less anxiety now, and I think I would enjoy it more. And then I injured my eye, and I think it was on the double decker bus, because the double decker bus I was on, some of them was opened on the top, and my eye was injured, and oh gosh, and I was like, I felt like there was something in my eye, so I was trying to get it out, and I think I made it worse. And so my eye was injured, and I had to fly back to Lisbon, get my stuff. I left some of my stuff in Lisbon at the place I had. I was trying to communicate with these people that I was not happy with, the group travel thing. And they gave me 50% back. They gave me $1,200 back. It was a lot though to this, and we were going to stay a month. And then they kind of rushed me out of that flat I was staying in Lisbon. So TA Fishing with Graham sometimes. Mike TA Outdoors. Okay. I don't know these channels, I'm sorry. But anyways. But so I wanted to talk about, I'm going to post the video. We went to the rally, and anti-Trump rally. We went to Escondido. A lot of people turned out. It was really good. And I'm encouraged. I think I want to go live, though, on a different day. Oh, Pam, did you notice I made you a moderator? And I hope you don't mind. I don't know if you noticed, but you're blue. So Yeah, Pam and Elsa, when do you think I should go live if I don't go live on Monday? Because I'm just like, I'm not feeling it on Monday. I I think I could go on Thursday night because that's like my Friday night. Or okay, thank you. Thank you. Um uh I could go on Friday instead of Monday. I could go on Sunday evening, that's what I was thinking. I could go on Saturday. Hmm. So those are my possibilities. I'm thinking of changing it next week because I'm not feeling it. Hey, Anthony, how are you? So, yes, it's really early there or late or whatever. Usually, I had someone who got up, who's over in the UK watching, and got up that early and was watching me. But good night, Richard. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. You're okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to, I don't know, figure out things. I'm at a point where I'm trying not to rush myself, but I still feel that like my whole life I've been like, I'm behind, I'm behind, I'm behind. I need to do this. I need to, I need to go back to college. I need to do, this, that, the other thing I need, and it was because I rushed with getting this published is why I hired these bad publishers. I hired a bad lawyer too, rushing with my divorce. And I need, you know, I'm trying to learn to, there's a good book. It is by a Christian, but I liked it. It's called the John Mark Comer, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I think that's what it's called. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Um, so but I'm wanting to have time to write um, and now I have a job, so that's taking up time. Um, I have a new place, and I'm always I went to the gym, and then I went to get some a laundry basket that fits because I measured the spot in my. I just had a regular plastic one, but I wanted to get a nice one, so um, I got a little basket at home, and oh, goodness, home goods. It's good. I like home goods. Um, okay, you're not sounding convincing, Anthony. I hope you're okay. Haste makes waste. Yep. Message of your mother. Yeah, haste makes waste. That's true. I hired, and then when and that's why, like, I do want to take my time in finding a publisher, and I want to find a real publisher. And yeah, this was 2017. This was published, so it's been a little while ago, but I want to get it republished. I took my time finding my second lawyer, and she was really good. She never. I did ask her about finding a lawyer to sue them. Um, I want to look into that again, but I don't know if I will do that or if I'll just republish it with a new publisher. But they just really they really screwed with me in so many ways. And it was see, mostly what I think I could sue them for now is just pain and suffering, because like they did this false lawsuit against me when I was trying to leave Georgia. I was trying to sell my house. I was trying to downsize. I didn't have any money, and they tried to sue me for $1 million. I mean, it was the middle of a pandemic. They couldn't make me go to court. I was supposed to, but I never even did like check in or any. I never did. I just ignored it, the whole thing. I was so pissed, and I wanted to countersue them, but I never could find a lawyer. But anyways, I was so careful in finding. So my first lawyer I hired for my divorce was shady. Didn't even put alimony in the paperwork. And then she was so condescending. It turned out she was a narcissist. So I was very careful, and I was looking around a lot for a lawyer to sue them, but never did find one. So I looked around and met with some. You pay $200 to meet with them. Hello, Betty. And all of that. I was very careful, and I found this lawyer that was at, and this is what I need to say. I'm like, if I am supposed to sue them, I think I will find the right lawyer. So, how are you, Betty? Yeah, because I was at the courthouse because they kept on having what do they call it? I forget what they call it when they're not doing anything, and they summoned me, and I didn't know that my husband's lawyer had dismissed it or whatever. But I was at the courthouse, and I see this lawyer, and she looks sharp, and like she knows what she's doing, and all of that. And I said, can I, are you a divorce lawyer? And yes. And I don't remember what all went down, but can I have your card? And so, yeah. And she was good, and she had to redo the paperwork. So one lawyer I went to in Macon, Georgia, said my divorce was going to be $7,000 because of all the mess my first lawyer made. And I was like, okay, thank you. And the first lawyer only charged me she charged me like $2,500. And then she said, and I didn't know she had these bad reviews already. She had bad reviews. She had screwed people over already. And so I was very careful the second time. And yeah. So I feel like, things are going to happen when they're going to happen, and I need to quit beating myself up over stuff. But yeah, there's things I want to do. I needed to get a job though. So yeah. But anyways, what do you guys think about what's another time? What would be a better time for me to go live for you, Betty? Yeah, y'all are here. I mean, these are my people right here. The four of you. Anthony, Elsa, Betty, and Pam. Okay. You guys take a vote. It says there's 5. I need there not to be a tie. I'll need there to be a tie. Like, okay, let me give you the choices. So I could go Thursday night, because that's like my Friday night. I work Monday through Thursday. So if it was a work day, I'd rather go on Thursday night. I could go Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday probably would be a little bit too busy. Anthony goes live on for Saturday night, right, Anthony? Are you still going live Saturday night? When do you think I should go live, Anthony? I'm glad you're good. Um, so yeah, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Your vote is Thursday? Okay. And like 4:30 this time is good. I have 7 watching now. Yay! Thank you for watching the replay too. Um, so I want to drop the link to this channel I found. So, and maybe I'll talk about again about why I talk about religion and politics, because it's been like my whole life. It has been like my whole life. And when I was in my 20s, I used to argue with my mom about politics. My mom, my beloved mom, um, may she rest in peace. So yeah, maybe I'll go 4:30 Thursday. What do you guys think? So I probably wouldn't go this Thursday, but next Thursday. That would give me a little time off too. I just feeling I started on those signs too late on Friday. Oh, goodness. So Friday, I started to tell you about Friday. I went to the gym. Ian went to the DMV to get his car tags, but then they said they needed to see his car. So, and he didn't have his car. We were in my car. And he had no car because I dropped him off there and I went to the gym. And so he called me and went back, and then we went to Costco. Then I came home and made the chicken and rice, Alfredo. And then I started. It was like 9:00 when I started on the signs. And let me see. Did I? Oh, I'll show you my Facebook. I'll show you my Instagram, not Facebook. I mean Instagram. Carol liked our picture. I noticed that today. And I pinned it to the top too. Let me show you but I'm so glad I had somebody to go to a protest with. So thank you so much, Pam. So I'm so glad we went. It was fun. We survived. It was good. So I put these pictures at the top, me and Ian. But this is our picture. These are the signs. I made the signs, and Valentina commented. That's Valentina, who I visited in Turin, Italy. So my sign said, "Diversity is what America is made of." Mary said, "No dictators allowed." And Pam said, "We refuse to let democracy die." So, yeah. And I pinned these two, and the one about this is me and Ian. Day after Mother's Day, we went to hike at Woodson Mountain. So yeah, that's my Instagram. All these links are below. So you guys, if you want to check out any of my other accounts. But yeah. And yes, it gave me more hope too. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, it made me feel like not so alone, because sometimes I just feel so like I didn't have any, like when I was in Denver, I wanted to go. There were some protests in Denver before I left Denver, and I went and canvassed for Harris Walls, and I canvassed for a local one who was running who didn't win, because I was, again, like I am now, I was in Parker, Colorado, and I was in a red district in a blue state, and I am in a red county in a blue state, and I am in a red county in a blue state again. But oh, you know what else gave me hope? I didn't text you this. Ian and I drove down into Ramona to see how that one was, and the one in Ramona, because they had no King's protest in Ramona, and it was at 3:30, and there was a good turnout there, and there were more blatant. There was a guy with two Trump flags that was driving up and down, but there were a lot of people there on the road. I don't think that they marched. I think they were just there they were there on the corner of Main Street and 78. It's where I turned to go to work in Escondido. But I was encouraged by that. I meant to text you. I think when I thought to text you, it was late. It was late, and I was like, "Oh, Pam's in bed now. Can't text her." But yeah, we were encouraged. I wanted to go at least check it out. So Ian drove me down there. So that was the people with the flags ended right in front of us. Oh my goodness. When we turned around and went back, and so we were right behind the Trump truck. Ian told me to settle down. Basically, I got a little riled up being behind the Trump truck, because they had, well, it was so faded you couldn't read it, but I saw Brandon. They had a "Let's Go Brandon," so I yelled, "Let's go Taco!" And Ian's like, "Mom, you can only yell if you're driving." But yeah, it was. Yeah, there were some Trumpers. I feel like there were more Trumpers. I don't know though. I kept looking at people like sideways, side eyeing people in Escondido, that I thought like people that didn't have signs. And then I don't know if you saw this man, Pam, but when we were on the sidewalk and we were getting ready to go down the street, like we were waiting, and we walked by, like kind of we were getting in position. I don't know. We were going over. We had crossed the street. There was this one guy, and he kind of looked like a Trumper, because I don't know if he had a beard. A lot of guys with beards, it's just suspect. You look like a Trumper with a beard. It was kind of a heavy set guy. Maybe he didn't have a beard. I don't know. But he was glaring at us. He didn't have a sign or anything. He was standing there, and he was just like, he felt like he was trying to be intimidating or something. And I was like, what the heck? It's like, I think I did tell you. I felt like, his energy, like you're saying, you feel his energy, it's negative energy. I was like, ugh, yuck, get away from me. Creep. But yeah, it was that moment was bizarre. It was bizarre because like he didn't say anything. We did pass the guy that said something about we were exercising our democracy when we, yeah. But I want to share. I want to drop my videos behind. Let me see here. There we go. So yeah, I want to share with you. So I just found. Well, I found Monty first on Instagram, but she also does have there's a few millennials. I mean, like maybe I can be the new, I feel kind of bad. There's the new evangelicals. There's Monty Matter. Monty Matter. It sounds like Matter. But she's pretty cool. She has red hair. I think she sings also. And she was in it. She was like homeschooled. She was raised in it, like April Joy of the New Evangelicals. But I feel worse because I'm the homeschooling mom that I was in it. I'm feeling like more I learn about Parkrose permaculture, she might have been in it too. I think she was. But I don't know for how long or to what extent, but she is a homeschooler, Parkrose permaculture. But I found another one who is a millennial. I think she's a millennial. I don't know. I'm just so let me drop this link. I'm probably going to change because I have featured channels. Yeah, she has music. It says the girl who bothered to read the Bible. She went to Bob Jones, like that was a thing. Like if you were in it, like if you were in Georgia, when I was in Georgia and homeschooling, it was a thing. And Bob Jones University is a big thing with the homeschoolers, and Abeka. We did the Abeka curriculum, which is from the Christian college in Florida, in Pensacola. But yeah, let me drop this link, but check out her channel. But y'all, that's why I talk about religion and politics, because the two go together. I mean, the Christian nationalists did this, and that's why I talk about it. I left that when Trump came on the scene, and I didn't know. It's been like a whole journey for me. Yeah. And I didn't even know. I mean, oh my goodness, the whole Southern Baptist split, and it was because of civil rights. It was because they were racist. And I was like, no wonders. I came across so many racists in the Baptist church. And in fact, let me read my poem from here, because I didn't know my husband was a narcissist. He's a covert type. I learned about it from, it was first from, there's all the info out there now. Lisa Romano, her link is below. I have her link below. Yeah, I didn't know he was a narcissist, and I didn't know he was racist. I knew his mother was, and that's where he learned it from. But I didn't know he was until my son started dating a black girl. And then I learned, because I would always say, this is an interracial marriage, because those in the Southern Baptist Church would say it's wrong for a white and black to date. And I was like, what? And they would try to say it was in the Bible. I would be like, huh? Like, no, that's not in the Bible. You obviously don't know your Bible then, if you're trying to say that. But I wrote this poem about my son's girlfriend. Because at first I was like, um, because I want my oldest read I Kiss Dating Goodbye by John, and it's funny because he deconstructed now and he feels bad about his own book. His name is Joshua Harris. Um, but let me read you this book, this poem in here. But so that's why I talk about religion and politics, because it goes, and they're both like important things. People are like, don't talk about politics, don't talk about, you know, what, don't talk about anything that matters. This is our life. This is important, um yeah. And two, they go along with it because that's the way they were raised in it. I've had it news, and I don't always like totally agree. She's very um what are their names? Jennifer and um they don't go by their names. Pumps, the one girl's Pumps, and uh I don't. You can watch. Who was it that was in here that said he watched it like every day? I watch it now and then, but I'd much rather watch Park Rose Permaculture, Politics Girl. I got her in my Important Voices links, and like Brian Tyler Cohen, but they just sound really, really angry. The I've Had It girls, and she really gets on to the people. Like, they're not all the same though, and I know them. I used to be one of them, you know and so I know they're not all the same, and saying people are all the same is what the problem is. He's saying that's what Trump is saying. All immigrants are criminals. That's what he's saying. That's what prejudice is, when you're saying, like, and when I didn't like it when all the black women were going on about, we all, and I said, I did that video and it's at 1,000 views now. If you seen my latest video, and I'm going to be doing more of that. I want to do more videos like that. I do. I've been slow and getting going here, but that video is doing good. And it's about us being weird. We're still weird. I didn't like, because I went to a thing that was like, I didn't like it because it was just like, we lost, we're giving up. That's what it felt like. It's like we're just. It was kind of negative. I don't know. But so here's the video. Like, the people assuming like I'm a white woman, I must have voted for Trump, or and like all the black women voted for Harris. Well, they didn't. It was 92%. That's not 100%. And like, and this video is about a black woman I know who voted for Trump. I don't know why, but I'm betting she's in that culture. She's in the Midwest. She's with all these other Christian Trumpers, and she doesn't want to dissent. So, and I bet I bet it's a lot of peer pressure. It's called We're Still Weird. Yeah, but I looked at that today because I've been, kind of, I kind of didn't even want to go. I'm just like tired. I mean, not that I am encouraged though, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about Saturday, and that I was encouraged by it, but I'm just like sort of wiped out. That's why it's important not to stereotype. Exactly. It's not. It's not good to stereotype. They're not all like this, and that's what the one girl not Pumps, but the other one. That's what she does on there because they're in Oklahoma, and but she's putting all of the Trumpers, all of the they're hypocrites, they're this, they're that, they're racist, and blah 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 blah, and I understand her anger, and I'm angry too, but they are not all the same. And Pumps is a little bit more not as straight, like black and white as the I don't what's her name. She's always saying the other girl's name, and the other girl's not addressed. The other girl's quieter and just responds to her. But it's I've had it news. I think it was Ivan in here saying that he watches that every day. Was that Ivan? Ivan, where are you? Back in Canada. Okay, it's called, where is this poem? Oh, I forgot to bring my little thing, but I could set it up if I do a double video. I forgot to bring my little doodad. So Ian's got a piece of wood here he found. He found these great bar stools. I didn't point them out to you, but we got these nice bar stools. They were kind of dirty, but they were all covered in plastic. Someone's garbage that they must have picked them up somewhere, and they were going to do something with them, and they didn't. So they were outside, but they were covered in plastic. So we had to clean them up and take the plastic off of them. They're all covered in cobwebs and stuff like that. But now our counter doesn't have a bar. So I was like, Ian, I've been looking around and I can't find one exactly the right size. I'm like, we could make one, just a little table that's like this wide to come out for the bar stools to sit, so we can sit and eat inside, because we were always sitting and eating out here. But it's getting hot out here now. But we eat more often inside. Like we'll be standing in the kitchen, or we'll sit at the bar stools, but it's kind of like awkward because there's no table, and then it doesn't come out like a bar. I'm trying to explain it to you. I should go in there and show you. Want me to show you? I can show you. And I'll show you I'll show you the basket I got at Home Goods. Okay, it's nice and cool in here. Oh my goodness. Here's my little basket in my, can you see that? There, yeah, there's my basket. And this is my Beatles bathroom. Yellow Submarine. And what's on here? Something on my screen. And Let It Be. And Here Comes the Sun. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm talking about, because and these are the bar stools I got. Ian got. Can you see? And so it's like this. And the TV's down, but the TV goes up. So we put the TV up to eat, of course. But that's our big ass TV. And so, these are good. This Ian had plus one. These are good. I wanted to try them. They're kind of, I don't know. I never had them before. I don't know how new they are. But anyway, so yeah, those are the bar stools we got. And so he's going to make a little table that just comes out a little bit here, because there was a wine rack thing at the thrift store that I was thinking of getting, but it had like a drawer under it, right? So it was going to have to be up on risers to, you know what I should have got when I got in there is my little thing. Let me go in my room. Show you my room. I've done more stuff in my room too. I don't know since I last showed it to you. Oh, brackets. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but I was just thinking of the little table with legs. So I need this little thing for my put my phone on. But yeah, I don't know if I showed you guys I put butterflies on the wall like Irina's, and I hung the picture from Brenda Burner, and I hung my necklaces and stuff, and I hung the Warriors of Love. This is dream catcher my daughter made for me when she used to love me. My youngest. A joke, but it's not funny. But anyways, let me get this. Oh, this is the elephant that was my mom's, that my mom sent it. It used to trumpet. I said my mom used to send the animals that made, and this is the skunk. That was from my mom. He still talks. Let's see. And this is my mom's gardening bear. And that's my Dumbo. But yeah, this is my room. I love my room. This is my Kamala signs. Kamala for governor. I'm excited about that too. I like my room. Okay, I'm going back outside. Okay. There's always things going. Tools, whatever. Blowers. What is that? I don't know. Got this sparkling water because Ian doesn't. He'll drink it, but he doesn't think we should get the artificial sweetener. But okay. Rewatching. I've almost gone an hour. Yeah, I think we're gonna do like legs, but yeah, I didn't think of that brackets, but I don't know. It's kind of heavy. I think I don't know. He'll figure it out though. He's handy like that. What page is it on? Ah, She's Beautiful. It's on page 76. It's called She's Beautiful. So this was in high school. And so guess what the racist pastor, we go to talk to associate pastor. I feel like the head pastor felt the same way, but he wasn't stupid enough to say it out loud. But the associate pastor, when we said, when we talked about why Bob was upset, because our son was dating. I mean, and this is when it's when all the troubles started really with my oldest son. So, yeah, but I don't know. Not that they. Well, I can't even go into it a lot still. But anyways, but the associate pastor, I call him Dennis the Menace. Worst pastor I've ever met, honestly. Worst. And I've met some really bad pastors, but I consider him the worst one. So he just said, "Oh, I wouldn't like it if my son was dating a black girl either." That's what he said. And that was my cue. That's when I should have left that church. And then it was after that that this other lady that worked there kicked me out of the Celebrate Recovery. And it's like I shouldn't have been like things go. I stay in places, and this is in the Coda like book or the Coda. What is it called? It's called like your characteristics and of codependency stuff. That's the Coda literature. It's in the Coda literature. We stay in harmful situations too long. I stayed at that church too long, and they were abusive. They became abusive. And then another associate pastor, which was the senior. The thing about the senior pastor is that he was just really smart. He wouldn't say that, but I'm like, I think he feels the same way, you know. And my husband was trying to get him to say it too. He's like, well, what if you're, and he's like, they all have partners. He's like, what if your grandkids, he's trying to get him to say it like the other guy. Cause I wouldn't go back to the other guy, but anyways, we went to the head pastor because I didn't like what, no, we never told, we never, we never said he couldn't date her. He dated her, but my ex wanted to say he couldn't date her because Sarah just didn't date, but we never told her she couldn't date either. But then when Teddy was dating this girl, he wanted to say he couldn't date. And I said, we never said she couldn't date. She just didn't. She read that book because she said, she did joke, like, how can I kiss it goodbye when I haven't kissed it hello? How can I haven't dated at all? So how can I kiss dating goodbye? But no, neither of us told him that. He did date her. And then and he got into this program at the University of Georgia that that I found out later, only 16 freshmen get into every year, where they do research. And he was in the honors program at the University of Georgia, but he didn't tell us that, how big a deal it was, because he wanted to change colleges to go to college with her, but then he broke up with her. I'm pretty sure he broke up with her too. I think, and I don't know why he wouldn't tell me, but I'm pretty sure. It's my feeling. I could be wrong, but I could ask her. I feel like I could more easily ask her. I sent her a copy of the book, and I sent her a copy of this poem, because my son would still accuse me, because we took away his car. The first week of college, he drove back to Byron. We were 2 hours from Athens, where the University of Georgia is at. He drove back to Byron. He was using our car at college. And then he went to Valdosta State, where she was, which was 2 more hours away. So to visit her, because she was having a hard time. We didn't know really how serious it was, but no, but it's pretty bad though that we told him he said that, but we kept going to that church, but we didn't go back to that pastor again. And that pastor also, I can't, because of privacy for my child, I can't tell you the whole story, but he told me a horrible story that caused me to have a nightmare. He infuriated me, that pastor. Worst pastor ever. Dennis the Menace at Southside Baptist Church. Yeah, I said it. Hello. I left them a review too. Go check out my review, Southside Baptist Church. That was mostly about the lady that had me kicked out of Celebrate Recovery, though. But anyways, but this is the poem I wrote. It's called She's Beautiful. And I was just, this happened in 2009 when my mom passed away. So yeah, because he was even seeing her. He was seeing her that summer he came home from college. And so all of that's in the poem. It's like a story of that summer, 2009. And my ex and I were fighting about it. So strangely enough, this poem began with me thinking about the situation and a quote from the Disney movie Tarzan. Tarzan is finally showing Jane the gorillas. She looks at the female gorilla before her and says, "She's beautiful." And Tarzan replies, "She's my mother." This is funny because I wrote one about lions. We are lions, which is about the Lion King. And it's also about how boys pick girls similar to their moms. So my son's girlfriend, so he went to his high school in Peach County, Georgia, is mostly Black. My kids were in the minority at their high school. And so that was the thing. So anyways, this is called, and she's a writer, and she's a writer now. I don't know if that's what she might have majored in that at Valdosta State. I don't know. But she's really smart. She was in honors program too. And she wrote, and I don't really know what the story was. I wish I could have read it now, but she wrote an article called "The World in Black and White." And it might have had the story in it because how they started dating was she was going with another white boy to the prom. And then that boy's father or family or whatever said, "We don't want you to go to the prom with a Black girl." And my son, and I'm proud of him for this, stood up and took her to the prom. And that's how they started going out. So, and I don't know, but I think that story might have been in the article she wrote, but I don't know. But I had wrote about situations I went through at the Baptist church about racism, and interestingly quoted a DC Talk song that's called Walls. Okay, so it's called She's Beautiful. She hung, wait, I was going to do a double video. I need to post these though. I got a bunch I could post. Okay. This is a poem about when my teenage son was dating a Black girl. And it was the year my mom had passed away, and my husband and I were fighting. That wasn't the beginning of when we were. Oh wow, your dad forbade you to date a white boy. Yeah, see, yeah, that's why like everybody's different. You can't say, some people wouldn't mind, and some would, and I didn't mind, but all of a sudden my husband says, "Oh, isn't he not supposed to date? He's not supposed to date. Sarah didn't date. He's not supposed to date." And I'm like, we never enforced that. Why do you want to enforce it now? But anyways, this is the poem. She's beautiful. She hung out at our house all summer long. MJ and Farah died the same year as Mom, 2009. She really started to grow on me. Why can't my husband learn to see beyond the color of her skin? We fought about it all that summer, and I was also grieving the loss of my mother. She is as dark as he is light. Opposites attract is right. She's beautiful, I thought to myself, writing about important topics. Her flaws are only microscopic, but he could see them still. You're beautiful, he said to me. It was almost our anniversary. My hubby? No, he never says that. A stranger, a danger. It was a salesman at the door. He spoke my language. Then that fall, he broke up with her, my son. I'm really not sure who broke up with who, and it didn't even occur to him to tell us. She's beautiful, she said to him. Like my mother, I thought I'd never find another as beautiful as you. So I hope that's not confusing, but I kind of go around and round and round. But yeah, bye. So yeah. So that's in my book, The 7-Story Tree. Yeah. Yeah, and some families are like that. And I don't think her family didn't mind her dating him, I don't think so, but I would understand them, because she wouldn't have been hurt by that other boy. And then I think, because I know my son, I assume in the poem that my son broke up with her, because I feel like, not that my husband made him racist, but he just probably just thought it's not worth it, because we ended up taking his car away because he drove all the way to Valdosta, but then he worked at Walmart and got his own car, and we matched what he made at Walmart. So he got he made like $1,000 at Walmart, and we paid $2,000 or maybe $3,000 for the car. So it got him going, and he got a car, but he was still angry, and he's still angry, but unfortunately. But I think he broke up with her, but I don't really know. Maybe she broke up with him, but he didn't tell us either way. He didn't tell us what was going on, but he might have told his dad, though, because his dad would have been very happy. I mean, I think he just thought it's not worth it, and he made a lot of friends in this program he was in. He wasn't going to switch colleges, because he was wanting to. And my ex, and it's funny for my ex to say this, but just because it's a good school, but my ex went to U of F, so they're they're rivals, University of Georgia and U of F. My kids have gone with my husband to the game. They have it in Jacksonville on Halloween every year, the Georgia-Florida game. It's a big thing in the South. The Bulldogs are a big thing in the South. So when I did my Airbnb in Georgia, I had a Georgia Bulldogs room for my sons when they came to visit for Ian. Ian graduated from there in 2018. And it was my most popular room, the red room with the Georgia Bulldogs bedspread, and yeah, my most popular room. I had a blue room and a purple room. My room was purple in Georgia too. But then I moved out of it and moved into my den because my Airbnb got so busy, and it was, yeah, it was just a blessing. It was my way to make some money to help. It may have. I think he didn't want. I think he didn't want to leave the University of Georgia, and my ex didn't want him to either. And and he told me later, because he told me one of the girls, he brought all his friends from this program um, to the house, and that was when they found the dog too. That's when they found the dog that bit all those people. But they found Layla. I thought they should have called her Athena because they took her to college. First, I was like, "Oh, lucky dog gets to go to college." I didn't even get to go to college. And then she kept biting me. She bit his roommate's mom. Um, and yeah, it just. But anyways, but he brought all his friends from that program over to the house, um, and one is a doctor now, one's a pharmacist, I think. But there was one who's, I think, dad worked at, um, what's the other big one in Georgia? Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech. And I was like, why is she going to University of Georgia? Because those are big rivals too. If her dad teaches that, doesn't she get to go free? You know, and that's when my son told me about how hard it was to get into that program because my son was like fifth in his class. Like there, he was good friends with his valedictorian, salutatorian. He dated his valedictorian, was his girlfriend when he graduated in high school in 2012. But Teddy graduated in 2008. 2008, yeah. So yeah, it may have just fizzled out, but just there was so many things, so I don't really know. But I think probably what his dad was doing was getting to him. Not that it, made him racist, but he's just like, it's not worth it. And he blamed me for he my son would call me a racist because I agreed with taking away his car because he didn't need to do. I mean, there was more to the story that he wasn't telling us, but he didn't have to go to Valdosta. It was his first week at school, and it's just like that was a lot of gas and money. And he 2 hours he drove from, like he was coming to see us, like I'm coming home for the weekend, but then he left and went to Valdosta. And that was a thing that my husband had bad motives. But I asked all these people and I was just like, I'm not doing it because of who he's dating. And it wasn't someone that was at college either. And, but yeah, it could have, because, they were at different colleges. So it may have just fizzled out. But, so yeah, there's a lot to it. I'm not saying everything to be a little bit discreet. I don't know. But anyways, my son kept accusing me, and I'm like, and then I wrote this poem, and I was just like, I'm not like, that's not why I did. Two people can do the same thing and like do it for different reasons. So I knew my husband. That's why I was like, maybe I shouldn't. I couldn't have not done it anyways. My ex was going to do it anyways, so I just went along with him. And so yeah, he was. Yeah, it was so much pressure for him. Yeah, it was a lot of pressure for him. It was. So Yeah, he had another girlfriend at college that was white. I liked all my son's girlfriends. I did, honestly. I've liked all of Ian's girlfriends. I think it is a thing because they're like me. I really think it is because I feel like Ian's girlfriend in Denver was like me. Not that I'm so smart. The one that was valedictorian in high school, Laura, I really loved her. She was really sweet. She was like, I think she was like 5'2", and Ian's 6'2", and her mom was like 5'2", and he went on like they went to the beach and she went with him. Um, no, not yet. They said they keep saying they're gonna look at it, and like it's still providing some shade. Ian's afraid it's dead though, that it's gonna fall down, but it still has some green leaves on it. But the trunk looks horrible. It's filled with all these black holes. So anyways, I've always liked my son's girlfriends, and the one in oh gosh, she was with Alyssa when the thing happened, when the Roe v. Wade reversal happened, and they went to protests in Denver. So yeah, and so Laura and her mom were just they called Ian the gentle giant. They called him the gentle giant, and that fits him because he's very different. My sons are very different. It's funny. I had 5 brothers, and they were all very different. But you want to see the black holes in my tree? Speaking of my tree, I'm going to go back to talking politics in a minute. I will get back to that. I will get back to that. But look at these. First of all, look at all these leaves. But I found out that there are, see all the black holes? Can you see all the black holes in it? They go all the way up the tree. So, but I found out there are trees that lose leaves twice a year. They're called semi-deciduous trees. So that's weird, and that's a new thing I learned. So I don't know. In Austin, I did ask the guy who owned the house before us, and he said it would lose leaves and then they'd come back. So, but we think there's something the matter with it. It's sick. There's a lot of branches that are dead and empty. So I don't know, but we're not in a hurry. I'm probably gonna say I'll replace it. I'll get another tree and plant it there if they'll take it out, if they'll pay to take it out. So I don't know. I don't know. But let me drop Park Rose Permaculture's site too. I like oh, and I'm gonna drop this video. So the weird video has gotten to 1,000 views. So they're making use of the pool before they redo it, and it's closed, which is good. What in the world? What in the world did this? I want to see something. Well, while I have you guys here, let me see what my let me see what my I have 2,141 valid public watch hours. I need they go back to at this time a year ago. I need 3,000 just to get um memberships. Unless they changed it again. Let me see. What does it say? To get memberships, yeah. So let me see something. Oh, the avocado toast with We're Still Weird is number 3 though. It has 1,008 views, you guys. But the avocado toast with the hot mama jam is my number 1 video right now. And the chicken pot pie. I keep doing the Sunday, and I did do a Sunday supper video, y'all, and I didn't post it yet. So like I need to get on the ball here. No. We have to pay our water, and we have to pay our trash, and we have to pay our electric. Yeah. Yep. So what was I gonna? Oh, I want to share Park Rose Permaculture. I'm probably gonna put her in my featured channels. I might join her channel because she talks about gardening too. And that's right. Like if I can talk about poetry and politics and prayer, then and if she can talk about gardening and politics, then I can talk about poetry, politics, and prayer, right? She does a lot of videos. And Mega asked me why I turn off the biometrics on my phone. Okay. Yeah. She explained that, why you turn off your facial recognition thing. It's very interesting. Very good channel. So writing permaculture wrong. But anyways, I have a video of the protest that I haven't made yet. I mean, I had 2 videos that I wanted to put together anyways, maybe with the photos too. So yeah, and I found out that I did pay like at the lowest level for KineMaster. And you guys, I never log into it because it's just more of a pain. And I'm like, gosh, this is ridiculous. So I canceled it. I don't know. I need to figure out my my editing thing, my editing software, if I'm going to switch it or what. Yeah, I want to watch that one. I haven't watched that one yet. Oh, it's contracted out. Explains a lot. It's, yeah. And she said it's like wannabe, guys that didn't make it in the military or the police force or something like that. Sounds pretty bad. So yeah, we need to keep resisting. I honestly, it's something I need to start doing. I found out about the Indivisible group. I haven't gotten um, involved yet, but I found out about my local Indivisible group because that's what Angela talks about on Park Rose Permaculture also. I found out about that. I haven't called anybody, which I feel badly about. But I kept calling Lauren Boebert when I was in Denver. I haven't called anybody since I left Denver. And I don't know what good it did call. Oh my God. She's like the Marjorie Taylor Greene of Colorado. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. And I don't know what happened to the white guy. Um, I don't know what happened to him. He's not coming up in my feed anymore because he's good too. Old white guy. I don't know what happened to him. Oh no, is he gone? Oh my goodness. What happened to him? There was a guy in Colorado. You guys know what happened to this guy's channel? Old white liberal man. Where is he? Oh my goodness, is he gone? I can't find him. Where is he? You guys, what happened to that guy's channel? I used to post his videos. I don't know what happened to him, but there was a guy, an old guy, and he would say, "Yes, I'm a, you know, old white dude," and really, I take issue with that because he was younger than me. He was like 50 something, maybe not that much younger than me, but oh, thank you. We get a. I look away and we get a troll. Wow. Yeah, you can just totally ban. You can just like totally ban them. Just totally don't even. You don't have to time them out. You can just. Yeah. Thanks, Pam. You got to use your wrench. Gosh. Sheesh. Okay. Let me say another poem and let you all go. But yeah, I'm like wondering. I've been wondering like what happened to him because his things. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? You have to be subscribed to my channel for an hour. So yeah, has he been planning his attack for an hour? To chat, you have to be subscribed to my channel for an hour before you can chat. This is a planned, like, get a life, Gizmo. Get a freaking life. Get out of here. We will pray for you. One thing that one thing that I started thinking, and I'm like, this is bad, but when I stopped believing in hell, because I really believed in hell. There's a poem in the front of my book where about you know uh, trying to witness to people because I believed in hell. I didn't want them to go to hell. I don't believe in hell, and you know now it's like, gosh, I wish, and like, it is something I would like to say to MAGA Christians. It's like, how do you not know that if there is a place such as hell, Donald Trump would bust that. Good thing he didn't die when he supposedly got shot. He would bust hell wide open. Like, why do you think this man is a Christian? I think he's like, Saul, he's changed. He's not changed. My goodness. But I can't say I don't believe in hell. So, and it started making me, because I used to, like, when people, like, when what the bullies did to me made me so angry, and I used to not get as angry with people, which sometimes it's healthy to get angry with people. I feel like it's been healthy for me sometimes to be angry, because you should be angry at injustice. You're supposed to be. So, not supposed to be violent, but you're supposed to be angry at injustice. So that's why Jesus ran the money changers out of the temple. Jesus was angry at injustice. Um, but so I used to be more forgiving of people that acted like that, because, like, I was like, oh, they're on the way to hell. Well, I don't believe that anymore. So now I'm like, ugh, I don't want them to go to heaven. I wish they were on their way to hell. It's bad. I was such a goody two shoes. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say my storm poem again, and I'm gonna make my little prayer list, and we'll pray for the troll. I need to find my God Bless the Trolls poem, because I have it somewhere. It's somewhere on my YouTube. Um, but it makes me think that is one of my stalker people. That it could be one of my stalker people, because I have a couple people that's six watching now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody who watches the replay. But it's actually a good sign. So it's a good sign when I get a troll, though, because usually that means this video is getting pushed out. This live is getting pushed out. But since you're the only one that voted, Pam, I'm going to change to Thursdays. I'm going to change to going live on Thursday at 4:30, but I'm not going to go live this Thursday, because this is this week's live, and I'll go live next Thursday at 4:30. That means I'm not going to make dinner. I might go to the gym on Tuesday. Last week I went on Wednesday, and then I went on Sunday. Sunday is the best time for me to go swim, you guys. I did a video of that too. I'll post that. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Elsa. Thank you, Anthony. I'm not sure if Anthony's still here, because he might have gotten a troll if he was still here, because sometimes he just pops in. Thank you, Anthony, though. Richard in the UK, who was up very late. Pam, Elsa, Richard. I'm seeing if everybody. I got everybody. Okay. All righty. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so I did my prayer list already. Um, and this poem is why I do my prayer list, because it's become the focal point. It's like my favorite poem in this. I've said it all over the place, everywhere, for a lot of people. And it's my favorite one. And the elephant poem, the What Elephant poem, which is also, this poem is in this book. So this poem is in this book. I just did the children's book. Like, I just felt like I wanted to do, I didn't have a job, I did this before I started doing Airbnb. And I just felt like I had to do something. I couldn't find a job. It's so demoralizing to not be able to find a job, you guys. That's why I don't pressure anybody that's looking for a job. I don't say anything or suggest anything, or I don't. And I just got my job, and I can't believe it. I just feel like it was just the stars aligned, the universe, it was God. It was God. I feel like it was God. I'll just say it. I feel like it was God. That's my belief, anyways. So, and that, Ian's going to get a job, when the right one comes along, when it's the right time, when it's, so it's very demoralizing to be looking and looking and looking and not getting a job. So, and then haste makes waste, like Elsa said, and I hired these idiots, and I was like, I want a divorce. Let me find a woman, divorce lawyer in Warner Robins. And I get this terrible, narcissistic Daniel Day or Hines. Do not hire her either. Do not hire Page Publishing. Do not go to Southside Baptist Church where Dennis the Menace is. My bad. Someone's grilling. It smells so good. So, anyways, so this is the storm poem, and it's what I say at the end of my videos, and it's from the storm poem. You say that no one cares for you. Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? I cannot fix you. I can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees. In quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I'm worn, because he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree. And one day, through the clouds, I'll see the rainbow. Okay, let's pray now. Dear God, thank you for these friends and followers. And thank you for my job and the family I work for. I pray you bless them. And thank you for my house. And thank you for Ian. And Lord, I thank you for Pam, and that I had someone to go with. And that was just great. Thank you for Pam. What a blessing she is to me in this channel. I pray you bless her and her family, and be with her. Thank you for always guiding us, Lord, in our lives. Thank you for bringing me here. And thank you for Pam. And Lord, I pray for Elsa. I pray you continue to keep her safe. Bless her her kids and her fur babies. And thank you for her and her support of my channel, and continue to be with her. Thank you for always guiding us, Lord. I pray for Betty, Lord. I pray you bless her and her channel, and her children and her grandchildren, Lord. I don't know if she has great grandchildren. I don't think so. I'm not sure. And be with her, and thank you for the blessing she is to my channel and to me. And I pray that you be with Anthony. Anthony's center kind of down, Lord. I pray that you would encourage him and bless him and his family and his channel, Lord, and guide him, continue to guide him. Thank you for Richard, who came in from the UK, Lord. I pray that you would bless it. You're welcome. You have grandkids, right, Betty? I pray you bless Richard and bless his channel. And thank you for him coming in. And bless his friends and family. And thank you for him being able to be here. Lord, for the troll, I pray that you would help them to see the error of their ways, Lord, if possible. I don't know, just must be a very unhappy person that has to do things like that. So, Lord, I pray that you would help them to learn to love themselves and not have to be a troll. And Lord, we pray for the people in this country that still are uninformed, that they're, for whatever reason, they still support Trump, or they voted for Trump, Lord. For the people that are feeling remorse for voting for Trump, Lord, I thank you, Lord. I thank you. Thank you for the big turnout for No King's Day, Lord. And I pray that more and more people will wake up, Lord, and that for the people that voted for Trump, let's not lump them into one. They're not all racist. Some of them are, yeah. But they're not all racist. They're not all Christian nationalists either. For all the people that voted for Trump, Lord, I just pray that they would realize that they could have made a mistake. I've made lots of mistakes in my life, and they may have made a mistake, Lord, and that for whatever reason, Lord, just help them to realize, help them to watch news that's truthful, help them to not be gullible and continue to believe things that Trump says. All he does is lie. All he does is lie. 15. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you. Thank you. I need it. I need it. We need it. Yeah. Dear Lord, we just pray for this country, Lord, and we pray for also the countries at war. We pray for Ukraine. We pray for Zelensky, Lord. My heart breaks. Now this war with Iran, Gaza, Israel, and Iran. Lord, it just can be so overwhelming. I understand, Lord, why people maybe don't want to talk about it, maybe don't want me to talk about it, Lord, but I feel like you've guided me, and I need to talk about it, Lord. And thank you that you guide by peace, even like Martha Beck. Martha Beck's link is below. Even like Martha Beck said, Lord, you guide by peace. It says in the Bible, let the peace of God rule in your hearts. So I have peace about talking about this subject. So I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Looking at my list to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Thank you for our grandbabies. I'm not sure about if I'll see my granddaughters this year, but I'm hopeful that it could possibly happen. But I don't know. But I'm also okay if it might not happen. I saw them last Christmas, and I'm thankful for that. So, yeah. So, you guys, I'm changing to Thursdays. Per Pam's request. It'll be cool. It'll be kind of like my Friday. So yeah, I'll be better because Mondays are like it's good when you love your job though. I love my job. Yeah, I really love my job. I really love my job. It's super awesome. I think it's the best job I ever had. I was a nanny for a doctor in Boca Raton. Like I had completely forgotten about that. Because I started out as her nanny, and then later on I was just a receptionist. Because the little baby grew up. I think that baby's like probably 45 now. I was a teenager and she was a baby. So I was like 15. So how old does that make her? And my other friend took my job because I didn't have a ride to it. And then, I was working that job as a receptionist at a doctor's office in Boca Raton when I got pregnant with my oldest in I got pregnant in 1985. I had her in 1986. 1987. I'm sorry. I got pregnant in 1986. I had her in 1987. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my oldest baby. So I'm going to be 60 next year. And in 2027, my oldest will be 40. 40. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. So y'all, thank you so much. And don't say that no one cares for you because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red because Red is praying for you. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Elsa. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Anthony. God bless you, trolls. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. I'll see you not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Okay, next Thursday. What day is that? Yeah, because there is something this Thursday, but I'm not going to it. But not this week, but next week. Okay. Let me look at what day that is. It will be the 26th. The 26th. Okay? 26th of June. That's crazy. June is almost over. Here's splashes in the pool. All right. Bye. Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you.